Stephanie White, her wonderful, wonderful, wonderful coach, was asked about her winning this award, this honor. What do you think Stephanie White? Do you think Stephanie White was excited? Do you think she was happy? Do you think she was overjoyed by the fact that her star point guard, nonetheless, while injured, just was finally given a real honor by an organization like ESPN?
Caitlin Clark has apparently broken egos, broken ankles, and dropped buckets. Now, Stephanie White is attempting to play bully ball in what can only be described as a full court press of jealousy, and WNBA fans are fuming. However, Clark does not flinch, which is a spoiler. Is Stephanie assuming that this is 2003? Girl, take a seat. This saga is more complicated than a bad half-court buzzer beater, with side-eyes caught in for thousand and trivial plays. Let's talk about the drama that is fans rioting.
It looks like Susie Park looks like she got a little hurt, but she's very upset on her injury. No update, just got a little something in her phone, so we'll get evaluated.
Just kind of follow up on that. Looks like she was kind of grabbing at her right groin area. Is that the concern?
Yeah, that's one she's grabbing at. I don't know which one going for, but yeah.
I can assure you that this coach can make you feel sick. I even hesitate to mention her name. Not because it is difficult to say. None of the fancy French accents or silent letters were the reason. No, just unfiltered annoyance. She is similar to the substitute teacher who believes she is the protagonist in a school play, for which no one auditioned. She walks around acting like she invented basketball and pretending that we are all here to watch her genius work when in fact the fans are just wondering how someone with that much skin can stand in front of the stadium lights.
Style now, what it is? I'll let you listen to what Stephanie White had to say when she was asked about this after they got drop kicked by 21 points. I'll let you be the judge. So,
therefore, let's clarify one thing. The discussion of Kelsey would continue to be a niche podcast segment, buried beneath crocheting for beginners and unboxing vintage toasters. If Caitlin Clark were not currently in the league, Kelsey is not to blame for that extraordinary talent. However, the ignition switch that ignites the entire league is rhyming with greatness and shoots three-pointers from the parking lot. This new wave of interest did not just appear because the camera angles were finally adjusted. This is because one player entered and stopped people scrolling. This kind of pull on the gravitational field is not typical.
Stephanie White is a garbage human being. I am done trying to defend this woman in any way at all. So if you are white, Stephanie White was asked about Caitlin Clark getting WNBA Player of the Year. For those who don't know, she won that award at the ESPYs, and she got WNBA Player of the Year. So Stephanie White, of course, as her coach, is going to be asked about that award. So let's listen.
Even so, coaches are acting as though they are guardians of an ancient basketball system, as though Caitlin didn't just propel the WNBA into the mainstream more quickly than a Kardashian scandal. The irony is that coaches are out here acting like Clark is a distraction, despite fans wearing Clark jerseys and chanting her name loud enough to shake rafters. What exactly is that? Your collapse by 18 points in the fourth quarter.
Steph, I don't know if you noticed or heard about it, but during the game, Caitlin got honored as the WNBA Player of the Year in the ESPYs. Just what does it mean to have her impact so far? I mean, there are a lot of really good players in this league, and she got honored as the best player in the league in the ESPYs.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she continues to get new awards, and Caitlin is so fortunate, as well as all these guys, really. I mean, that they don't know anything any different than the WNBA.
There is a reason why people are waiting in line for tickets that require binoculars and overpriced popcorn. Additionally, it is not to witness an intricate zone defense collapse into mid-range bricks, because they can't. Wait to see someone run an off-ball screen the crowds aren't coming out. Catelyn Clark may casually torch an entire defense while tying her shoelaces, which is why they are coming. She also gives the league more buzz when she isn't doing that than a playoff game. With free chick filler, let's talk about refunds for tickets, okay? The crowd's enthusiasm dwindles faster than that of a Netflix show after its second season, because we're entering potentially dangerous territory when certain players are not present. These fans didn't spend money to see petty coaching drama or someone get benched out of spite. Disguised as strategy, they did it for the experience. The enthusiasm of a valedictorian who is envious and can't believe that someone skipped grades and passed the test. They say that you have to earn your place, but what they really mean is, how dare she skip the line we have been stuck in for years? It's more about insecurity disguised as coach talk, not merit. The same people who talk about team dynamics are also the ones who secretly watch highlight reels and pretend not to be impressed. The passive-aggressive whistles are almost audible through the screen.
I believe it's Ohm, Stephanie, U-P-O-S. Are you kidding me with this? This is her head coach. And this is why I said, and I've said this before, y'all, the Fever went old school WNBA. You cannot trust them. They went old school with their front office. They dialed it all the way back. Bringing in Kelly, bringing in Amber. Stephanie is the epitome of old school WNBA. This is a woman married to a man, goes into the WNBA, and is now with a woman. Does that not sound? I mean, I never released a video, but I did it. So for those of you that don't know, real quick.
In addition, it is becoming painfully clear who is threatened by rising stars and who actually wants to win. Because, at some point, it stops being about player development and starts looking like a personality contest in which the only thing being developed is someone's bitter streak. Coaches who have fragile egos should not be allowed near talent from previous generations. It's like giving a person who has a resentment and a paint-by-numbers kit a Picasso. This is the moment the league has been waiting for years. Visibility, viral highlights, and crossover college basketball fans. Finally, it is here. But no. Let's downplay it with a bizarre power play that even gym teachers in middle school would consider excessive. Being the league's most watched, talked about, and replicated player suddenly isn't enough. Now, the question is whether she meets some arbitrary definition of what it means to earn it. In the meantime, merchandise sales are soaring and the scoreboard is glowing. But let's just pretend that her presence isn't the only factor driving attendance numbers that haven't changed in decades. Completely unrelated.
Welcome to Keep the Vision, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification for your boy. Appreciate all the support we've been getting. Listen, man, this Caitlin Clark versus Stephanie White thing can turn ugly, and it can turn ugly fast, y'all. I have to be straight up with y'all. Stephanie White wants to play the polar opposite way that Caitlin Clark wants to play. The Indiana Fever got a big win yesterday, and it was a tale of two halves. The first half, the Indiana Fever played that Stephanie White style, that grinded out, ugly, puke basketball.
The real kicker comes in here. Guess who will start complaining about ratings and media attention when the fans realize their favorite is benched for strategic reasons and the seats begin to appear empty once more? The same individuals who treated her as a problem rather than a prize. If you don't like the person who scratched the league lottery ticket, maybe don't tear it up. Watching coaches attempt to assert dominance over a player who has already dominated every arena she has entered since college is a wild experience. They can act like it's just getting used to playing at the professional level, but everyone can smell the insecurity emanating from the bench like child bred. Don't pretend you didn't see it coming when fans start chanting "We want Caitlin" louder than the game commentary, because ultimately, this league does not require additional sermons favoring my system over everything else. It requires the same kind of energy that gets grandparents and teenage boys to watch a WNBA game and actually stay tuned past Helene. Fans will begin to treat game schedules like tour dates faster the longer these ego trips continue. They aren't participating if the star isn't.